Joining us this morning, a special guest, two guests, Mary Beth Nassif, who I talked to yesterday for the first time actually, and Blake Johnston, who is the Marketing and Development Director of Goodwill. And the reason we have Mary Beth and Blake on here is a special project that was started, what was it, 3 years ago, Mary Beth?
Yeah, this is our third annual
This is
kicking
the
off.
third. And what I'm going to do, I'll turn it over to you and let you explain this, okay?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The name of the promotion is Donate to Win. We tried to keep it simple. Goodwill initiated it, and they were the first ones that we did the program with. Basically, it's simple. You bring in a donation, and you get a ticket to possibly win a brand new Hyundai from the dealerships. Recently, we added last year the Animal Protective League, as well as the food pantries, which is coordinated through Country Neighbor in Orwell. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to let Blake talk a little bit about the Goodwill part of it. However, the items and all are basically the clothing items. The nice part about it is, I think, and Pat and I talked about this last night, is that we're not asking you, in some cases you can open your checkbook, but basically we're asking you to go through your closets. Most of us just got some new things for Christmas, so we can replace them and recycle what's in your closets. And they also, I'll let Blake talk about the other things that they are looking for, but and you can put animal pet food on your list at the grocery store, clean out your pantries, bring them in. We have 11 locations that we'll go over later, but that's making it easy for everyone to drop off your donations. And there's no limit as well, which I think is really nice. You can bring in as many as you want. The drive goes from January through April 30th.
And what you get, Mary Beth, is like a ticket, is it?
Yes.
So that will go in the box, and that will be how they'll determine how you win the car. And this is a beautiful car.
Yes.
I could use this. It's a 2014 Hyundai Elantra.
Hyundai Elantra, yes. It has so many options. I brought them with me so I
What's
wouldn't
it got?
forget. It's got well, it's 28 city miles per gallon and 38 on the highway. Air conditioning, cruise tilt, power windows locks, keyless remote, heated front seats. Yeah, AM, FM, CD. It's got the color display with a rear view backup camera.
Very
and
helpful.
the steering wheel audio controls, Bluetooth, automatic headlamps. The MSRP on the vehicle is $20,200, and it also comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty from Hyundai.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's
Well, those
nice.
heated seats sound pretty good this morning, huh?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
It's a beauty.
Yeah.
That's a beauty. It probably drives pretty well in the snow too.
Yes, it is. It's front-wheel drive. so-
Front wheel drive.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. So every time you bring a bag in of clothing that will go to Goodwill or whatever, you can get an entry and you have another chance to win. So
Yes.
that's neat.
Yeah.
Blake, tell us about your deal with this.
Sure. Yeah, we did it the first year and it went really well. We were super excited at Goodwill. We really struggled during the winter time to get donations because it's hard to just get out of bed in the morning sometimes when we're dealing with these frigid temperatures. So let alone clean out your closet or take that box of clothing that you have in the basement. Some people will just put it off until the springtime and say, oh, we can just bring it then. However, we really rely on it, and we employ over 100 folks at our locations in addition to the clients that we serve. And really this drive helped us get the donations needed to not need to lay people off. It kept our stores stocked so the customers were really happy, and then in return those sales from those donated items were able to fund our mission.
How do people get, no, people, and I'm not, you have to fill me in on this because I'm not real familiar with Goodwill, but do you have stores set up that people go to
Yes.
get this stuff that are in need for this particular?
Well, it's actually for anyone in the community. We have people that shop that just go to look for really unique items.
There's a lot of people
Yeah,
like that.
anyone shops at our stores. That's the great thing about it. We have something for everyone, and there's thousands of new items that go out every day. So we have people constantly putting the donations out on the floor. And it's a great training ground because our clients that we work with from Jobs and Family Services in Ashtabula, and the Senior Center, and Ohio Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities. They all get great work experience, and we are proud to say that we pay everyone minimum wage, actually more than minimum wage, and it's a great opportunity to just get them that work experience to put it out on there.
Could you give us locations of where these
Sure.
stores are?
We have a store in Ashtabula down in the harbor,
I've been
which
there.
has been there.
Yeah.
It's our 80th anniversary in 2015, so we're really excited about that.
Really?
Yes. So we've really been in the community for a long time and helped thousands of people get jobs. So that's money back into the economy, people not needing to rely on cash assistance. So really when Goodwill, like we're a 501c3 nonprofit, we really are. We put back that money back into the economy. People like the folks that we put into jobs last year, 53 of them, they may be people that buy a car from Mary Beth someday.
Mhm.
So that's a really cool thing. And I think that was a really nice thing that happened last year when the winner, I always thought
Yes.
that this was a great story
Yeah, this is
because
a great story.
out of the 80 years, we've served so many people that our job development gentleman, he can't remember sometimes if it's someone he knows or if it's someone that was a Goodwill client because they've been at some of these jobs for so long. We have people that have been at Spring Team for over 20 years. We've done the Conneaut rest areas, janitorial and lawn care for over 20 years with ODOT. So we've had some of our employees that are on their 25th anniversary there. So anyway, we went and we pulled 2 names from every location. So that's another cool thing. So if you want to get a chance to win the car, we do pick 2 names from every location out of the 11 that we'll list. So at that point, every person gets a key and then one of them works. So it's a really cool event in May. And we always look at the list of names to see who you know or you may not know anyone. So I didn't know anyone on this year's list, and I don't think anyone did, but someone at our office saw it, and our job development guy, Terry Shepley, he says, I think so-and-so was a client at Goodwill a long time ago. And I said, well, that could be very true. And he's like, I'm not sure, but the name just rings a bell. And then he kind of described him, and he said, if that's what he looks like, it's got to be. So anyway, we get there. They all pick their bags with the keys in them. And I was like, that'd be really cool if someone that was a former client won. Because he had told me, he was like, Goodwill really changed my life. And I'm working and I make X amount of dollars an hour now, and I'm doing really well. And he said, actually, my granddaughters went through a program with Goodwill currently. And I thought that was just a great story. So anyway, we get through, and I think he was probably the 8th or the 9th person to go. And his key turned, and it was the winner.
Is that right?
So that was just, it goes to show, we touch so many people that it's just a great experience.
How long have you been with Goodwill?
I've been with them for 3 years.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now this girl here, your dealership, which was started by your dad, George,
Yes.
is celebrating its 60th.
60th year this year.
And I goofed up. I said earlier when I was
Yeah.
promoting this that it
Yeah.
was 50 years. It's 60.
60 years. 1955, he became one of the youngest Ford dealers in the country.
Wow.
Yeah. He was first generation and started out as a car salesman, and then Oscar Anderson and Jefferson didn't have any children in the business and offered him a buyout to my father. So he bought that out, and then that's kind of the beginning of the story.
Yeah. How long have you been involved?
Yeah. All my life.
Really?
Yeah. I was.
You grew up in it.
I grew up in the business, yeah. And my brother Todd is at the Honda dealership on Main Avenue.
Yeah, I was
And
going to
he-
ask you the 2 locations.
Yes, there's two locations that they can drop off at the dealerships. We tried to centralize things, but the NASA Ford Toyota Hyundai is in Jefferson. That's where I'm at on Route 46.
Right.
And Todd is at the Honda store, NASA Honda, on Main Street in Ashtabula.
Main Street.
Yeah, it's southern Main Street. It's kind of south of the
Oh,
railroad
yeah.
tracks there.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, where the chalk box, right across the street from the chalk
Right,
box. Yeah,
right.
and so that's what we tried to do, Pat, with the locations is make it convenient for anybody in the county to drop things off. So our 2 dealerships, Ashtabula and Jefferson. Blake's got the Ashtabula
We
Goodwill,
have 4 stores.
and then Andover.
Andover, it's right on the square there. That store's been there for over 20 years now. We have a store in Madison, right on Route 20. And then we have a store in West Erie, which is on 26th and Zuck behind Country Fair. So it's right off the 79 interchange on 20.
Okay, and plus the one in the
Harbor.
Harbor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is our
Yeah.
biggest store.
And
Yeah.
you can also drop off at the Animal Protective League in North Kingsville on Green Road. And we chose, obviously, the Country Neighbor in Orwell is the main hub, yes, for the food pantries. But there's the Conneaut Food Pantry on Mill Street, Geneva Food Pantry on West Main, and the Salvation Army on Lake Avenue, kind of across from St. Joe's Church there. They're also, all of these places have tickets. So there's 11 locations. You can get a ticket for each bag that you bring in. And again, there's no limit to the number of bags you can bring in. We had customers that had it strategically figured out last year where they would bring different bags to different locations because they knew we were drawing from each location, so they figured their chances were better that way. So that really was a good thing.
Now, everybody benefits from this particular thing, like the food pantry. Can you explain exactly what the food pantry would get? I mean, do they drop off food to them?
Yeah, it's non-perishable foods. There's
Right.
yeah, on all of these, yes, it's basically that's what we're collecting is bags of food. They can clean out their pantries, pick up extra things. They also need though like toilet tissue, shampoo, paper towels, and along with the vegetable can of vegetable tuna fish. It's our websites along with the Goodwill list all the items. Their wish lists, we'll call it.
Okay.
There's also it's in the paper every Sunday in the Star Beacon as well as in the Gazette. So we're trying to get this out there as much as we can. So yes, you can bring in any of those items. And as far as the Animal Protective League, we collect all year for Goodwill and the Animal Protective League as well. But you can bring in canned or dried dog and cat food. But they also need the paper towels, the dishwashing soap, the Clorox bleach, laundry detergent to help with the cleaning out there. So anything will get you a ticket that you bring in on, and it can bring other items too. You can bring in blankets for the Animal Protective League. You can, things that people
Which they
are,
do
well,
need.
Yes, they do need, especially right now.
Here's the key. Here, we want to get this
Yes.
out there, so because this is all new. This is new for our audience too. In other words, like Goodwill will take the clothing and stuff. That is helpful to them. The kind of food pantry will take the non-perishable goods, okay, like mac and cheese and soups and spaghetti and that sort of cans. The Animal Protective League, as Mary Beth just said, needs all these other items to help it survive, including canned dog or cat food, dry puppy or dog food, and kitten food and cat food as well. And as she mentioned, very important, liquid laundry detergents, dish soap, bleach to help clean that up, latex gloves, and paper towels. So anything like that, that's what you would take to APL, and that would help out.
One thing, Pat, that we decided to start doing this year because it worked well last year, obviously the two dealerships have bins in the showroom that collect for everybody, okay? So you don't have to be specific on whatever you want to drop off, but all sites are accepting all items for all charities.
That's good. That's
so
good to know.
Yeah, that's real important
convenient.
now. Yeah, it's very convenient. We want to make it convenient for people, and that's why we've kind of strategically made sure anywhere in the county there's a location, whether it be a food pantry, a dealership, a Goodwill, or the Animal Protective League, where hopefully it's within a few miles of their homes so that they can bring the items.
So in other words, if I come to Blake's place
Yeah.
and I go, I want this to go to the APL, and you take it,
They keep
they'll
it
do
separate.
it.
Yep.
Yes,
Cool.
and give you a ticket.
And that's the magic of this. It really, last year, it was really exciting to add the other two nonprofits in there because from Goodwill's angle, we were able to partner on different things with Country Neighbor, for
Right.
example, because we're both United Way agencies, and we also, a lot of our clients kind of cross. So a lot of our folks rely on their food programs,
Sure.
for example, and then a lot of their people rely on our low-priced goods at our stores. And so that's been a great partnership. We've done a couple things with them, and it's awesome. And then with the APL, they put one of our donation bins out there. We have blue Goodwill donation bins in the communities.
Give them rags.
Yeah, and we give them rags. So like some of our unsellable textiles, that's a cool thing Goodwill does, is for years we've done industrial rags. So what we'll do is if an item can't be sold, it can be sorted by the weight of the textile, and then we sell those to different factories, to car places that need the rags. And then we thought, well, the APL is always needing to clean up different messes and things, so we give them a box of those every so often too. So it's been a great thing to get.
It's a win-win.
It really shows how important it is to support all the nonprofits in your area, because they all really tie in together to make everything a lot better. So
This contest goes until April 30th, right, Mary Beth?
Yes, it goes through April 30th.
And the drawing would be in May then?
Yes, we actually will contact them within a week, who won or whose name were chosen, and then on May 9th, the Saturday, we will all meet at the Jefferson dealership, and it gets pretty exciting. And
even if you don't win, there's some great
yes,
prizes.
yeah, and there's plenty of consolation prizes in
Really?
the bags and all. Yes, yeah. Sometimes we give GPS.
I love this
away,
car.
and-
I
yeah.
actually love it.
Yeah, it's a
And
great
you'll
car.
see it driving around. We all the nonprofits kind of share it during this time, and we try and drive it in the community as much as possible. I know one of the questions everyone always asks are, do the graphics come off? They do.
Yeah.
So, and the car is awesome. So if you ever, we have post a ton of pictures of it on our Facebook pages, which we both have, facebook.com/Team Goodwill, and then I believe the NASF one is /NASF Auto Group.
Yes.
So if you want to see pictures of the car, you can take a look at it that way. Or we are doing a lot of events in the next couple months where we'll be featuring different stores, the food pantries, with the radio station, and we'll be doing double tickets on those days. So
You'll be coming back here too.
Yeah.
Well,
You
thank
know,
you. Yeah,
so,
thanks.
So
Thanks
we
for
wanna
having
promote
on
us.
those double ticket days, it's going to be a great opportunity to get more tickets for a chance to win.
I think last year too, Pat, just, was it 45,000
Yeah.
bags were collected over 4 months, and that was
And the year
increase.
before, we were at 40
Yeah.
or 39,000.
Yeah,
So
we expect it to just
I think
grow.
it'll keep getting bigger.
And the Animal Protective League never had to buy any food for the entire 4 months, which they go through 250 pounds
Yeah.
a day of dog and cat
Yeah,
food.
that's
So
what
that
you're
was a
saying,
huge
yeah.
savings for
Sure,
them. And,
sure.
and the food pantry was very surprised to get, I think it was over 5,500 pounds of food. So they were very happy. Yeah.
That's amazing.
The nice thing out of it is that people, and I get to see these types of comments on our Facebook page all the time, they're not donating just because of the chance to win a car, but they look at it as an added bonus, which is a great thing. So they donate knowing that there's a chance that they won't win, but they feel great just to help these nonprofits. And I hear that all the time.
And
They're
there's
like,
two other reasons too.
if I could win a car, that'd be great, but I love to support Goodwill, so this is just that much more motivation. I love supporting the food pantries.
There's two other scenarios here too. It gives you a chance to get rid of some of that stuff in your closet. I have like tons of sweaters and shirts that I will never
We
wear
need men's
again.
clothing.
And I'll be dropping some bags off. And also the fact that we wanted to continue beyond the contest here.
Yeah.
And all year long. I mean, take advantage of being able to drop off this stuff and as long as it's in good shape and stuff to the Goodwill and let them put it or donate to the food pantry or the APL, whatever, so that so we can help others out. I think that's important. What's kind of neat about the fact, we just talked for the first time yesterday, but what I thought was kind of neat chatting with her, and I didn't realize this, is that they're celebrating their 60th anniversary.
Yes.
And have you put anything together for this celebration here this year?
Well, the Donate to Win campaign is kind of what's going to kick it off.
Yeah.
And that being a 4-month promotion has consumed a lot of time. It gets a little easier as every year, but we really decided that was going to be our main focus, at least for the first, 4 months. But yeah, it's
Where's your office is based out of Jefferson, right?
yes. That was where my father originally started, was actually at the Old Star Beacon in Jefferson was the original store down there.
Really?
Yes, yes.
And then
yeah.
and then you did during his time he bought the other.
Yes, in 1973 he bought the county airport, which
Okay.
is where we're at now. And we just did a major renovation and addition. We doubled the size of our service department last winter, as well as expanded the new car delivery area. You can drive in for service now. Instead, you never have to get out of your car if you come there for
Really?
service. Yeah, and ironically, my father back when he first built it had that. a drive-in service, which is all the rage now. With he was way ahead of his time, I must say.
guess.
And but we had to put lifts there because we kept growing and growing. We started out with Ford and Mercury, and then we added Toyota, and then we added Hyundai.
How old was he when he first started that?
He was 30 years old.
No kidding.
Yeah, he
that
was one
young?
of the youngest new car dealers in the country. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then he just retired from the business.
He actually never retired. He passed away in 2003.
Okay.
And but he was still coming in a couple times a week.
Would he?
So yeah, it was when people would say, "What's your hobbies, George?" He would say, the car business. I mean, that's
Yeah.
he did play tennis and
lived
golf
it.
with my mom and dad and all, but there was 5 children in the family. So
Okay.
yeah.
And then your uncle is Tom Nassif,
Tom
who was the
Nassif,
county
yeah.
commissioner here
16
for
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a long time, almost a record.
Yes. Yeah.
I covered Tom when I was a rookie reporter back in the 70s,
Yes.
and very nice man, and
Yes.
still living today.
Yes, he's doing very well, and they still have a home here. Their family has relocated to Virginia, but he was instrumental in building the county home and a lot of good things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was one of the big accomplishments. It's still going strong today.
Yeah, very nice man. I enjoyed covering him, and I always give credit to these people that get into public life like that. I certainly wouldn't want to do it.
My and their sister, my Aunt Ann, started out with my father in '55, and she still comes in a couple times a month to help in the accounting office, believe it or not. So she's very
Really?
instrumental. She was his right hand through the whole time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's really been a family affair, and we really, our employees and customers. I mean, we had a. This was mailed out to the whole county last year because in 90,000 customers, we have over 90,000 customers that have bought vehicles from us over the years, and that's why we're still here, and that's why we're doing things like the Goodwill promotion and the APL, and that is just, it sounds cliche, but giving back is really the way Todd and I were raised, and I think that's why we're still here.
90,000
customers.
Whoa.
Yeah, over the years, yes, and that's
How is the car industry going now, Mary
It's
Beth?
going great. The interest rates are still extremely low.
I've seen stories on the front page of the Plain Dealer and the Erie Times this past week that car sales seem to have picked up.
Yes, they have. It
Good.
was one of the best years since 2006, they said. And they're anticipating an increase next year. Interest rates, gas prices, all of that helps. Plus, I think the general feeling, I think people are, the economy is improving in different ways. But I think that the interest rates are huge.
It was kind of funny coming to work this morning. You were on my mind.
Yeah.
I had no heater in my truck, which is a 1996 S10, and I'm going, I know the girl that I'll be talking to today might be able to help me out in this situation.
We have great coworkers and loyal customers as well as employees, and that's why we're still here.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good comments about you. My wife
Thank
actually
you.
knows Mary Beth through her connection with the Star Beacon
Yes.
and advertising and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And she has told me that you've been very, very professional and very good to work with
Yes. Well,
over
thank
the
you,
years.
and thanks for having us today too.
Absolutely.
It's very
We're going to
nice.
wish you well with this project. And before I let you go, can we go over just kind of a recap of what we just talked about?
Yes, yes. There's 11 locations. To bring in one bag or box will get you one entry towards the opportunity to have your name pulled to win the new car, and that is on May 9th. We are accepting donations through April 30th. All 11 locations, the 4 food pantries, the 4 Goodwills, the 2 dealerships, and the Animal Protective League will accept any items for any of the charities, and you will get a ticket at any of those agencies
To win
to win the 2014 Hyundai Elantra, brand new vehicle.
And I'll add that we will do drives at businesses, factories. So if you have your coworkers that are interested in doing a drive, Goodwill will pick the donations up. We have a truck and we do pickups. So always give us a call at 440-964-3565. I know a number of factories in town did drives last year. Grand River Rubber did one. spring team in Austinburg did one, Ashta Chemicals, and then all the schools always do drives. So that's a great opportunity for the teachers to get entries. So there's a ton of ways to get tickets. And so if anyone is interested in doing a donation drive, we're more than happy to do those, and we do all the work pretty much for you.
You know, it seemed to me my sister had a major garage sale last spring, and she had a lot of stuff left over, a lot of clothing, things like that. And I believe she called Goodwill
And we pick it up.
and you picked it up.
And you get a tax deduction too, which is
Yeah.
nice. And even for this campaign, they leave us with some receipts so that if a customer requests it, we are able to give them a tax receipt.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so that helps too.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think the main thing, we do want to educate the public of these organizations and what a good job they do for the county.
I think it's a great concept, and like you told me yesterday, Mary Beth, we're not asking for money. We're just asking for stuff in your closets, maybe your pantries to help out the food pantries and that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and stuff that you can help out the APL. So I think this is a fantastic
Great.
project.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
thank NASA so much for doing it, and every year it does help us so much.
Yeah.
So
Everybody works together and it all works, you know.
That's great.
So, yeah.
Come back and see us again, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so
Both
much.
are
Really appreciate
invited
it.
anytime. Just you
Okay.
know my number. So.
Okay, all right. Well,
All
thank
right.
you.